Welcome back, guys. So this is part 2 of this series. If you have not yet watched part 1, I advise you to do so now. Click on this link here and watch part 1. That will show you Supreme Screen Supply's ordering process and how easy it is to get things done on their website. You can be done in a matter of minutes if you really know what you're doing. Literally minutes. So here now we're at Transfer Express and we're going to see how easy it is to order transfers here. So let's go ahead and get started right now. To get started, we can go to 2 different areas. So one, either click on order transfers or click on online designer to get started, or go to products itself. Under full colors is where you would find transfers like UltraColor Max, because it is a full color transfer. So on this page, once you get here, you're going to see all the information on their product is here. The cost of it, size of it, style and finish of it, the artwork guidelines, the tips and applications on how to press it, as well as the type of garments it can go on, and also a how to apply video. So very cool information as well. They have at the bottom all of their social media platforms that you can connect with them on. They even have some very great Facebook pages where you can join and be kind of involved in a community of people that utilize different products that they have and kind of teach different live sessions and different pointers and tips on different processes of what every member does, you know. So kind of like a little community. So it's a great product, 290 degrees at 12 to 15 seconds. That is very good. Now, one thing to note that they do claim that this is a low cost product at 6 cents per square inch. I personally would like to hear your guys' feedback on that. What do you think about this product? Do you think that 6 cents per square inch is a low cost? We're going to kind of do the math at the end to figure out what the cost per image is. In the retail world, what defines low cost? So that's one thing we want to point out. One thing I will say that is interesting is that Stahls kind of came out first with DTF prints. So they were going super hard with UltraColor Max. This is why it became so popular. You know, they were at the shows and presenting it, and people were just mind blown at what you can do with this. So they kind of set the standard of where, at least where they felt they wanted to be price-wise with this product. And I know they did it because nobody else was offering it, so they can kind of set the market wherever they wanted price-wise on it. That's why I say, again, let me know what you think about that price. Do you think it could be lower? Do you think it should be higher? Do you think it's fair? I'm curious to see what you guys think about that. But I love this page. A lot of great information, a lot of links that you can download here for all of their stuff. So to get started, one thing you got to do is click on Start Designing in EasyView. So you're going to click on this, okay? Click. So now it brings us to this page here. So be careful. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, be careful. Do not start designing right away, uploading all your images and going to town on this area, because Transfer Express has not set this up properly. You're going to be set up to fail if you start designing right away in this area. So what do I mean? What I mean is here they've set this page up for goof proof. So this is for a totally different transfer, and I don't know why when you clicked on that link from the UltraColor Max page, it sends you to this. This Stahls Transfer Express, if you're watching, needs to be fixed. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. You have to click on screen print. Yes, I know it is not a screen print transfer, but nonetheless, according to them, this is where it belongs, in the screen print section. So you have to click on it. Now I think when you click on the EasyView Designer from the UltraColor Max page, it should send you to one of these 2 pages. If you click on this full color, you get this right here, right? So you get all the UltraColor series, and then from here you could pick UltraColor Max. We know we're doing UltraColor Max, right? This is the page here that it should have sent you to right off the bat. That way you are not confused and start designing, waste an hour only to find out that, you know, hey, I spent almost half a day here designing my gang sheet only to know that I was doing that in a different transfer section. Why? So you're welcome. I just helped save you a lot of time. Again, needs to be fixed. Now you see here at the bottom, look right there, full color transfer, UltraColor Max. Now you're set up for success. So this is the area you need to be in. So now you can start uploading your images. So let's go ahead and get to that now. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Now here you have to click on upload your art. Unless you're designing in their design software, they have plenty of clip art to choose from. You can create your own little creative designs here for free, and they're not copyrighted images, so you're totally legal to use all these images without living in fear of getting busted and in trouble. So that means not copying Dallas Cowboys, not copying the 49ers, not copying all these NFL copyright and Disney logos and Nike logos and saying, oh, I altered this image just a tiny bit, so legally I can use these things. Well, if that's the way you feel, go for it. Let me know how it worked out for you when you're getting sued later on down the road and you lost everything. I don't know why I went off like that. I guess it was just a video I recently seen where another transfer company was actually selling people transfers like that at 99 cents a transfer, NFL logos, and they were literally saying to themselves, I can legally do this because I took little snippets of images here and there and there and there, and I created this collage, and I'm the one who made that, so I can sell it for 99 cents now. That's why I said that. So that's another video for another time, man. But anyways, back to subject. Sorry about that. So you're here. What you're gonna do, upload your artwork, click upload artwork, grab your image, click open. That image now will go through this process because it needs to check if it has a white background. Maybe it's a JPEG, blah, blah, blah. You need to remove white. So I'm going to keep the original. Click next because I know there's no white in my image. If there is, you could try utilizing it. Just be careful with it because it is a little janky. I've noticed that when I've uploaded certain images in there, just on the remove white background part, it's removed the white background, but it's also removed white from my actual text words. So be careful with it. Make sure if you do utilize that it didn't make a mistake and you didn't catch it and then you end up printing like that and then you're in trouble later on. So here it sends you to this page. I kind of feel that since I've already said that keep original image is what I wanted, that now it's sending me here. This is I guess a page that I feel is not necessary for DTF, but nonetheless what it does is it gives you these two options, full color, spot color. Spot color, what that means is it's obviously going to diagnose your image and try to determine how many colors your image is using. Why it feels that it needs to do that, I don't understand. It seems to me that that would be something more designed for simulated process screen printing. So yeah, so just click full color, click import. Just a helpful tip in case you guys don't know what you're doing here. And what I would appreciate is if they actually added some information there that kind of tells you what you need to do. I think would help breeze through that whole process, because last thing you need is people getting confused about what they need to do at that step. If you weren't familiar with spot color, how do you know if that's the option you should be choosing? You know what I mean? So yeah. So here, one thing to note is that it's going to upload your image once it's all complete through that whole process we just went through. And like you saw on the GoofProof had its own box, its own like grid box that you can design within, so you kind of know like where your outer dimensions and frame is. Here with UltraColor Max, you don't get that. So the process of trying to figure out where to put everything, it's a little bit harder, because if you're adding this image and you're trying to put images here to determine, how big you need it to be, the problem is you're designing at a maximum of 22 by 22 inches, right? So I feel, again, stalls, if you're watching Transfer Express, I feel like there should be some type of guides here, like a frame that kind of tells you 22 inches by 22 inches. Even if I don't use up all that space, at least I could design within that area and then just kind of turn the box off. Maybe you can have a box that turns on and off, that framed out box or whatever, or if it doesn't matter that you guys have that dotted frame, outlined. It just gives me a reference of where to put my stuff, and how big I can size them per quadrant within that frame would help. So to make this easier for you guys, you can do one of three things. You can either design in like Affinity, Designer or Illustrator, you can, or Photo and Illustrator, you can design in Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or you can use their clip art here, and I'll kind of show you a shortcut. You can also just use this image here. So if we're just using this image here real quick, what I would do is, for those of you that weren't good with math in high school, I really apologize for this next part. This is where it's going to really suck for you guys. You're going to have to do some math, okay?
So you figure, okay, I'm doing a full game sheet. It's 22 inches by 22 inches. 22 inches, if I take that, divide it in half, that's 11, because 11 plus 11 is 22. I need about a 1/4 inch in there if I have an 11-inch image. Half of that quarter is going to be an eighth, so maybe if I just go about 10.80 inches, that'll give me just enough space in between to make a cut. So yeah, let's go with 10.8, right? So you got to figure out all that stuff beforehand. You got to do some calculations, and then you're good to go.
So let's try that, right? So 10.8 by 10.8. So there you go. Take this image, copy it, hold the button Control and hit C and V. Okay, so let's see what these are measuring out. Right now they're at 21.83. So I could probably go a little bit farther out. I'm just kind of pushing it out a little bit so I can maximize it to 22 inches. And right there you see it, we're at 22.3. So I'm going to click 1, 2 this way. What's nice about this, guys, is that a lot of the key controls are very similar to Photoshop. Okay, so now if I highlight it, I see I'm at 22 inches right here, so pretty close. So now what I can do, they're both highlighted, I can click align and I can hit top. Okay, so now they're both aligned at the top. Now you want to highlight this and you can hit Control V and then you are good to go. You can drag this down. Doesn't matter where you put it, because what you're going to do is click on this and then hit Shift, click on that. They're both highlighted. Click Align Left. So those are aligned left. You know these are aligned upward, and then click this one and align left. So now these are all lined up and ready to go. So now when you highlight them all, you see here 21.98 by 21.96. Super close. Close enough. You're good to go. But if you really want to stretch it to its potential, you can go from this point, 22 by 22. Lock that in. Done. Now, if you needed a guide for reference, what you can do is click Add Clip Art and type in the word frame. Grab this box right here. You could take that box and size it to 22 inches. Right there. You can put this object here. You can arrange it by sending it back. Okay, and then take that image and you can set it as kind of like a frame, right? So now it kind of acts as your guideline and your frame, so that you can design and put whatever you want in there. You kind of know where your limits are, right? So that's one way you can do that as well. Or again, just design in your Photoshop or actually your Illustrator program. Create a document at 22 by 22 inches. And what's nice about that is you have your center mark horizontally, you have your center mark vertically. Did I do that right? Center mark horizontally, center mark vertically. There we go. So that way you can easily have your quadrants and know exactly what your sizes need to be and really maximize what you need. And then what's nice about that is everything always snaps to grid, which is very fast, very efficient. It would be nice if this had those outline grid lines that you can snap to. Maybe something they can implement. So here we go. We don't need that frame. So when you are done with that frame and you finally fit all your, graphics in here, you can just delete the frame and you're done. So as long as down here it's stating that you're good to go, then good. Check out. Click next. Brings you to here. I don't know what this embroidery is. Give me some information here. That would help. Order notes. If you feel you need to add something, go for it. Fabric type, they can check compatibility. This is going on a blend, for example. They're checking compatible. Great. I don't want to order any blank apparel, but you can if you need to. That's pretty cool. Click on this, and what it's going to do now, it's going to go through a process of where it's checking your image for any problematic areas that it might possibly have. I think this is pretty cool because what it does is it protects them on their end, to where if you release the liability, then if they print it and it doesn't print right, but you released it as is, then it's on you. But if you need it fixed, you need to fix it. You can always re-upload this and go through the process again and see if everything checked out. But what's cool is once this does come on, and you'll see here, it says it can take up to 4 minutes. I'm gonna obviously edit the 4 minutes out, but you're gonna see some little red marks that they kind of put all over the image of areas that it doesn't think it prints right. So what you can do is take a snapshot of all those images, eliminate them in your actual design software, re-upload, and then you should be good. I know this image will print fine because I've had other DTF companies print this image with absolutely zero problems. A lot of these minuscule little areas that it's going to highlight, which I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to click this little or magnifying zoom thingy. So now hit the grab button and then you can pull it and grab it. But you see here, it's showing the C, the very tip, the tip right here. Then it's showing some little areas in here, and it's showing these areas right here. What you can do, these are such small little areas that to me it's not a big deal if it didn't print those areas. This is specifically for testing purposes only, so I'm gonna let it ride and I'm gonna let it go. One thing I wish they would do is they have the plus zoom. Can you please put the negative zoom in case I need to zoom out of this? How do I do that, right? So if you need to do it, just hit Control minus and it'll get you out of there, okay? So cool thing I like here is that you can change the color of the background to simulate maybe your shirt color. So if you're doing different colors, that's pretty cool. Maybe you're doing a royal blue, you would know what that royal blue would look like. So I like that option to be able to see kind of like what a shirt color and a graphic would look like together. Very neat. So I'm gonna hit approve as is. You know, it also has a needs artist help button that if you click on that, I'm pretty sure that they would give you some options. Maybe they're going to charge you or something to look at the image, correct it if you want them to do it. Might be faster, who knows, but if you're good at what you do, then you should be able to do it yourself and have no problem. One thing I will say that when it comes to ordering from sites like these, you should pretty much know what you're doing when it comes to graphics and design. If you're not, you know, give the image to somebody who kind of knows what they're doing. That way you're good to go. This is it, right? Continue to check out. So as promised, we said we were going to compare some pricing, right? We're going to look at the low cost of this. So one thing you'll notice here, $15 is their standard shipping. So this is a 2-day air FedEx shipping, which is pretty good at 15 bucks. So that's one thing I will say, they're beating a lot of people with the pricing there. You know, gas ain't cheap these days. So once again, we're going to do some quick math. So let me bring up my little calculator here. Boom, there we go. Hello. So we've got $29.04 is what that gang sheet is costing. Let's divide this by 4, and there's your price per 10.80 by 10.80 image. $7.26.
Hiya.
Sorry. So top this with a $4 to $5 shirt. Let's just call it 5, and you're at $12.26 to create a t-shirt. This could be a next level Bella Canvas, maybe a premium Port & Company shirt. How does this price look for you as a business owner? Is a $4 to $5 profit, is that making sense to you? It's costing you more to create the shirt than you're being allowed to make profit. I'm not saying retail, it's wrong to charge retail, because obviously this is what they do and people are paying this all day long. It makes sense to them to pay this. So that's what it's really all about. But this video is getting way too long now. It's going on 28 minutes and that is bogus. So there it is, guys. Checkout process is done. What did you think? Post in the comments. So I'm pretty pumped about this next video, guys. Hope you guys are too. Thanks for watching. So click on that video now, and I'll see you there.